Hey, YouTube. What's up? We got the Two Live crew in the place to be. You know me, Tanya, the real Tanya, aka T Money, aka the largest in charge, aka. No, I'm just playing. Okay, then we got First Lady. Say what's up to the people, First Lady.
What's going on, everybody? Here from the
Hey,
A,
and
First Lady
with
Sasha.
her pearls on today.
Pearls on today. You know, it's been that clutch and pearl week
Oh, we gonna
here in
get
the A.
into we gonna get into is Derrick Jaxn from your neck of the woods? He seems like an Atlanta,
Yes,
and yes, see,
he is.
yes, he is. And let's introduce coming back out of retirement, the one, the only Jamie.
How you
Jamie!
It's been a while, y'all. So
wow.
click the like button, share. I don't think we got nobody in here yet, but yeah, so let's just get into it though. I wasn't a follower of Mr. Jackson's, but of course I had seen him in my timeline a few times, and I didn't really notice it was him until he did that side by side review of his relationship.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, that's him," because them the videos that would come up on my Facebook timeline.
You talking about the one where he commentated on his own?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very interesting. But he is who he is. He keeping it true to the game. So yeah. Where am I on this?
Game it is.
So let's get into it. So did you follow Derrick Jaxn? First
I
lady.
I did follow Derrick Jackson because the singles ministry at my church, they would use some of his items for an example or a model, kind of
Oh
sort of.
man, he done misled the flock. All right, well
Oh
go ahead, go ahead.
no.
Like what items of his would they use? I mean,
He used to just have little couples games that you could do,
oh, okay, that's
and
cool.
introductions, little games or cues or tips. So they would use that. Now,
Mhm.
did I purchase personally? I did not.
Oh, it was stuff for
um,
sale.
like I said with you guys earlier, I got 20 years under my belt. So I think I've seen all and know a little bit. I
Hmm.
don't, I wouldn't say I know it all, but just a little bit to get me through,
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you feel as the woman that took advice from this young man? Like, what do you think of everything?
You, I think it's sad, and not
Oh,
just when I say sad, I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about his wife and the people he let down. But usually people or advice gurus, I take it just like I take my steak. I cut off all the fat. I only eat the meat. So I can't say that he failed me or anything like that because basically you have to be that person that depend on it, and I'm not one of the people that depends on some of the things that he do.
okay, but then so well, I don't know. Depend, I don't know, but I don't know. Okay, go ahead. You got something to say, Jamie, about it? Did you listen to him as well?
No, I mean I've clicked on him a couple of times and I was like, oh, this looks like something people need. Something. I mean, it's great at like, building up
Hmm.
the self-esteem of people who needed um, somebody to build up their self-esteem and tell them that everything was going to be okay. And I was like, oh, I'm sure there's a market for this, but I never really watched him. And I
Hmm.
really also I'm not a fan of people in relationships who have not been in a relationship for longer than 10 years. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a fan of people who are on, wife number 3, telling me like how I should be a wife, or I should be a partner or something like that. Like, and all these relationship, advice people are people who just got there. Anybody can be in a relationship when obviously not him. But
you gotta say that he was describing the men correctly because he was describing himself.
Yeah.
So he got a point.
He wanted to do better, but he just couldn't.
He couldn't do it.
Why monetize your weakness though? Right? Like, if you know,
why not?
Don't monetize
material. He has material.
He can have material and something that is not his weakness. Like, if I had a show about how to not eat chocolate, like, that is why would I have a show about chocolate being terrible? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm gonna get caught. Like, I should have a show about liver and onions because I find that to be terrible. Don't monetize your weakness.
But that's the whole point of being a narcissistic, right? Just never take ownership, and it's always someone else's fault. So you wouldn't think it's your weakness; it's other people's weakness, right?
I don't know.
But not if your entire narrative. If your entire narrative is the fact that you're not going to do this thing. Like,
now I agree with you, Jamie, about the whole thing. I'm just
this is the problem.
Yeah.
Oh, she broke up. She froze. Go ahead, First Lady. She'll come back.
Yeah, I mean, not that I disagree with some of the things that Jamie said, because I agree with her. But I'm just saying it worked for him because he had material for it. And he wouldn't have never thought that he would have got caught. Because if he was doing that, he was comfortable in what he was doing.
He did it as late as August 2020. Like, that's what the whole story broke. Like, I just feel bad for his wife. First of all, y'all leave her bonnet alone. She going through what she going through. And I feel like we don't know really what state of mind she in. People like, they did a whole, I don't know if she said something, but they did the the weapons of the spirit, the belt of righteousness and the sword and this and that, like, and they put the helmet of salvation, they put her cut out. I was like, the internet has a no chill. But yeah, she said that's not her ministry, but I'm like, why wouldn't she just not have a cap on the next time she got on the live or whatever? It just didn't make no sense to me. But then I said, hey, maybe she really not feeling that good, or just maybe that's who she is. Like, we went into her home. That's where she went at the grocery store with the bonnet on or whatever the hat. She was at home, so I don't know. First Lady, what happened to you?
Yeah, she gone.
Oh, we haven't. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you froze up. But what were you saying? You froze, Jamie. You were saying, what was that last point you were making?
I have no idea when I froze out, but on average, I was just saying, don't monetize your weakness because you will get caught in the age of everybody's got a camera. Everybody knows your business. You putting your business out there in the street. Like, why if you must monetize something, don't monetize your weakness. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, I just feel like he's a good talker. Relationships is something you can research easy. It's not like mechanical science or something. I don't know. I feel like it just came easy to him. Like First Lady said, like, he know a dog when he see one. He can watch your video and tell you, this person ain't right. But yeah, it's just unfortunate.
Then he should have had a show about, like, this is how you know when your man cheating, and we would have watched that.
Yeah, that's
Be
true.
honest.
Yeah, he could have did it honestly. This is how you know a cheating man, ladies, and I'm gonna tell you because that's what I do.
I do. Hey, ladies, I'm gonna come back in just a second, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Let me take what up, Sticks. We're live, just to let you
Hi.
know.
Hey everybody. Y'all hear me?
Hey.
Okay, we was just filling up a little bit of time talking about the Derrick Jaxn situation. Since you're a man, Sticks,
Uh-oh.
what are your thoughts?
Um, like, well, I really had. I mean, once I found out who he was a while back, and then I saw what he did. I mean, what he talks about. Okay, I just kind of shook my head and I'm like, I hope nobody really falls for it, but they did, I guess. So too bad, but hey, brother, I think it's all. I mean, it's sad when a brother just cheats on his wife and actually puts out positive things about or for women, and for him to go down like this. I guess if you lie, this is how liars go down, or one of the ways they do. So I just believe I hope people catch this. And I was telling y'all, I was telling people in the chat earlier, or talking to you guys. I said this reminds me, or they need to bring out Killmonger, Brian was it Michael B. Jordan's character from Black Panther, and said, "This is your king. This is who y'all put up there. This is who y'all wanted to listen to. He was supposed to bring you into the future and show. He was supposed to show women or particular women a certain way, but I guess not.
Nobody. I mean, I wouldn't
I
say
guess not.
nobody put him on a pet. I don't know. Maybe some people did put him on a pedestal.
If he has those,
It wasn't me.
but
Nobody has declared him
does
king
he?
over
I
here.
don't know how many
When it's
followers.
declared.
How many followers does he have? Because then that'll tell you how many people actually rock with him. You know, I know people don't. You don't follow somebody and just be
You
like,
can
"Ooh, I can't.
follow
I can't
somebody
stand
for
him. I just want to hate him." And he got
you can
five. You're
follow
part of the
people
5 million.
for entertainment reasons, right? Like not necessarily. You might think his videos are funny, right?
That's a lot of people just to be like, ha, 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 I'm just gonna troll and blast him for like over the however many years he's been doing it. That's a long time to hate a person or just kind of like
He
dog a
got
person.
1.3 followers, 1.3 million followers on Instagram.
You don't it's a lot of people that may hate you, but I mean, and there was a lot of people that didn't care. Like I know I didn't care for him, so I stopped watching it. Anytime he bring up something, it would be like a reaction to what he said. Did y'all hear what he said? I'm like, I don't know. He ain't nobody. He lying too. Make no sense. He lying.
He lying.
He ain't, look.
Yeah.
At least Kevin Samuels, if he's telling, I shouldn't say that, but hello.
Yeah, we're listening.
Oh, something else popped up on my screen. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
All I was gonna say was, whatever Kevin Samuels is doing, and however he does it, at least his move to a different point. This guy still be having reactions and talking about stuff in his car. Kevin Samuels got a whole office. He be having lights and stuff and everything. My man still be in his car reacting to videos.
You don't need lights and stuff like that. What do that got to do?
All I'm saying is it didn't move anywhere. It's the same old, same old. Some people actually evolve into some things. I've seen people stuff evolve. His is the same thing, reacting to stuff in that car. So I'm like, all right, man. I didn't even know he was that popular. I thought it was just somebody, haha.
Yeah, I didn't know he was that popular.
I didn't know. I didn't know people listen to him, especially the people he talked about. When he talked about, he talked about us, my gender a whole bunch. He talked about us and dogged us, and then he was trying to, white knighted for the other gender, and I was like,
he was one of y'all.
No,
he one of y'all.
He ain't one of us. He's just he's not one of us.
He one of y'all.
He's not, don't ever say that. He's not one of us. He's our enemy, but we just kind of laughed at him like, he ain't. Y'all, you can't be serious about this guy.
So as a perspective from a male, y'all wasn't never really vibing with him because he was putting down men.
Oh, okay. Well, how would you?
Is that what you're saying?
How would you feel if somebody did the same thing to you?
I don't feel no kind of way about Derrick Jaxn, whatever the
I know.
guy.
I'm saying if it was,
there is men out there that do this to women, specifically black women, and I'm like, they're free to their opinion,
and that's cool. But for you,
but that don't mean I hate none of them.
I don't care. I mean, I just didn't care. Like when he say stuff, I'm like, that ain't true. He'll have some great inspirational quotes. I could get behind that. But when he says you're like,
Mhm.
oh well, black women, you need to feel this way, and you should do something about this, and I'm like, dang, you just dog all you dogging yourself without dogging yourself. You dogging me. I'm a black dude. You a black dude. You trying to say if I act a certain way, I can't be redeemed or anything. And you taking like the women that we care about. Not all black men they act out. They should be checked out. Should be checked about it. But you try to make it seem like all of us is done wrong. When it's only a couple thousand out here that might be just acting up crazy. All black men is what Derrick Jaxn talking about. That's the way it's seen.
Well, I don't know. I don't know enough about him for a rebuttal. I didn't.
That's what I'm saying. But I mean, what happens? But what happens when you build up that type of wall? I don't want to rock with a guy who dogs me, and then he puts people that women that I'm attracted to against me. So I'm like, well, okay. I'm like, you in a way, you my enemy. But I mean, I don't try to take it that way. But you building up that type of. You can be an enemy. I don't care what nobody. He could be my type of enemy. He might. I ain't gonna say my type of enemy. He could be an enemy to me.
So what has he said that you felt like?
I don't listen to him no more, so I can't tell you. Well, I seen little stuff.
So what was it that made you hit?
No, I'm saying
what made you hit unfollow?
No, I never unfollowed him. I never followed or I just seen stuff that other people say, and I'm like, I can't believe people really believe a black man saying something, and I'm like,
what his statement was. Black men don't cheat. I feel like that's his most popular statement. I'm trying to really understand where you're coming from.
I'm coming from like where he always tries to put, from what I've seen from him or the things he says, it seemed like, okay, you put out there women, you put out there things that women are have dealt with men, period. And this might be certain men out here that are like this. They continue to dog women and do this and that, and then he'll try to like, I guess, make women more confident, make them more whole, make stronger. And I'm like, I get that. But then when if you make it a certain way of where we are looked at a certain way, there's certain things that you may, instead of speaking to the brothers and say like, y'all need to check your way, you'll speak to women. You need to dog brothers like this and this and that. What happens when that happens to him? Is he gonna actually survive what he's put out there against his own gender, like other brothers, what women should be looking for, all this type of stuff? And he's the one that actually did something to spark this flame. This thing he's going through with his wife, this controversy. Is he going to survive what he spoke against or whatever, what he's actually been putting out there? I don't understand. I always tell people, like, when somebody does something that goes against what they've been preaching against, how do you react to that?
So let me ask you
how are women going to react? It's not going to be black women.
So does he not have the grace that y'all be giving these preachers out here? You know what I'm saying?
Who gives preachers that? Who are you talking to?
Like,
who are you talking to?
I'm talking to the Christian male or the Christian female. Like, I feel like he has a certain level of influence, which a lot of pastors have or whatever. And they'll do something wrong. And people, they're pretty forgiving. Like, they're charismatic. He's a charismatic character. And, like different texts that I sent, like I sent y'all this text. I don't even want to kind of bring it up, but one of the Detroit pastors where they found that his way that he anoint his men. You remember that?
I mean, I seen.
You remember me sending you that?
I don't remember you sending it, but I probably know. I think I know who you're talking about because other people have talked about it, and I seen that video too.
And I sent that video to all y'all, and I was like, "Well, what
about with the sheet, the covering, and the laying on them?"
Yeah. So
what?
How is this? Yeah, I'll send you the video. How is that different from this guy? Like, what? Like, so called. How is it? I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying like what is? See, that's the thing. Everybody does not get a pass, even though that it doesn't seem like they're brought to justice or people don't scrutinize or continue to scrutinize. So there's certain things like, okay, we know if you bother children, you're going to be so-called canceled. You're going to be just uprooted. You're going to be out the culture. Nobody's going to deal with you. You're going to be talked about. You had a run up until this point, and then that point is gone. We know that when it comes to children. We know when you
But it
violate.
don't though. Like
No,
even
no. And
like
sometimes
the
it
whole.
do.
If that's the case, the Catholic Church scandal. I feel
we
like
going deeper than I understand, but it's something like about that. That is something that I can't explain because there's certain things that have been around long enough to actually not get not get canceled or go deeper where the legal. It's something weird about that, and I can't explain that one right there. I cannot explain that because I don't understand when somebody has been caught doing it multiple times, and they only have these very small examples of what we did something. Because here where I stay at a certain university, some doctor did some stuff over decades, and he finally got caught. He got thrown into jail. He's done. He's never going to see the light of day. So that does happen. But look at the tragedy he left behind. Look how many people had to survive him, and look how long. There's a question about that. You're right, T. We got to ask that. There's some things about some of our people in our community, other communities. How do they last long? How do they actually still be able to get through decades of doing wrong? And
so
and don't get hit with
to me what he did was let his family down. This guy, Derrick Jaxn, he let his family down or whatever.
Yes.
But I feel like he got 1.3 million followers and ain't nothing about to change. This is going to be a hot topic for a while. People might move on, do whatever, but people still going to follow him and listen to him. And that's just it. So that's my take on everything.
That's their king. That's their king. That's the one that's supposed to lead them in the future. They expect him to do something different.
So then maybe that's why I compared it to pastors, because that's like the kingship role a lot of people have.
But that's starting to crumble too, T. So you notice it's like it's so many things that were able to get past and to go and survive and continue to survive. That stuff is starting to crumble. That stuff is crumbling, and you wouldn't expect it to, but it has. It's starting to crumble from within. Things are in the mainstream, money wise, politics, everything is. So when you do that stuff, you're not surviving it. And then the way this is, what we're using to communicate, it gets to everybody. There's videos, there's evidence, there's years worth of evidence, and people have. There's victims, there's survivors, there's there's a lot of stuff. There's countries that can actually tell you like this person's been doing this here. They got places they can backtrack these people to. So I don't know, man. It's crazy. So
his last video posted 7 days ago.
Is that the reaction?
Got over 1 million views. Like that's just, this one, 7 signs you're always on his mind. So I'm just saying, I don't think anything's going to change, but much success to him,
But isn't that crazy that I even seen, and I want to watch people's reaction, but they said he had a video of a reaction to him sitting with his wife.
That.
I said, wow.
And that's how I knew it was him. That's why I was like, oh yeah, I do know this guy. But he did it in the third person. It kind of judge himself as objectively.
Right.
Looked at the video like he would any other video.
Isn't that like a class? Isn't that a condition, a narcissist, and some other things?
Yeah, that's what First Lady said. But he might be. But that might be the reason why he's so popular on social media. But anyway, let's move past it.
Did we lose somebody?
We lost Jamie, but she can get back in. And First Lady, I don't know what happened to her. But we're going to keep on moving because we've been in here 24 minutes already and ain't got to our movie review yet.
Right.
So let's do that. Let's get to the movie review. Our movie of the week was what?
Get up.
Get on up.
Hit the scene.
Say it loud. But yeah,
we should have wore our wigs for this one.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Our classic movie, I call it, starring Chadwick. Hold on, I'm removed. Okay, there you go. Chadwick Boseman.
Yes, sir.
Who did a great job.
Yeah, he did. He did a good, outstanding job.
Let's see. I'm trying to pull up a picture of him, and I'm having a hard time. But there we go. Yeah, so this movie's been out for quite some time. Jamie said she was dating her husband.
Wow.
They were still dating when this came out. But I actually hadn't heard of the movie.
What? You haven't?
Yeah, I didn't know that there was I don't know what I was doing, but I didn't hear about. There was a period of my life where I didn't watch TV, and I felt like I could improve and get more done and be a better person and read more. So this might have been that period. But
finding out some things in the world, that's what it was.
Yeah, like disconnect.
That makes sense
from the world because media influences you and stuff like that too. But so this might have been that period. So this is the first time I heard that they did anything on James Brown.
Yep.
And so it was new to Netflix, kind of popular on Netflix right now. So I said, this isn't what I really wanted to review, but what I wanted to review because they got a deal with, I want to do a black web series. They got a deal with BT, and I guess they had to take all their content down.
Oh, wow.
So I said, well, let's do this. Yeah. That was Giants web series that I had told you guys about a while ago. And we didn't do it. But yeah, now it's gone. It's just disappeared from YouTube. So here we are. So tell us, Jamie, while we got you here, because I don't know if you may leave again.
It's been a bad internet day.
Yeah,
go ahead.
We're just happy to have you back. But tell us what are your thoughts about this movie, Get On Up, with Chadwick Boseman, the late great.
Like I really had to go into my memory banks. I actually went back before going to the movie theaters. You were like taking your life into your own hands, by going to the movie theater. I went to the movie theater to see this back in 2013 or 2014 or whenever this movie came out. And I remember my boyfriend, my husband now, was like, right? Like he was like, let's go see this movie. And I was like, oh, I like Chadwick. And I remember thinking, I was like, oh, who else is in it? He's like, oh, Viola Davis. I was like, because right around that time, as talented as she is and as amazing as she is in her craft, at that time, she was starting to become like the Black trauma actress. You know what I mean? Like since then, she's done Suicide Squad and Widows and stuff. Like now, it feels like there's more of this, like this whole package to her. But at the time, I was like, all I was thinking of, I was like, oh, that's the one from Doubt. That's the one from The Help. That's like, oh, it's gonna be Black trauma.
How to Get Away with Murder. Yeah.
Right. I was
that was the start. I think that was the start of it. Yeah, that was the start.
Yeah. So at first I was just like, when you're about to go see a Black trauma movie, you got to get yourself like in a space. Like, am I mentally okay to go see a Viola Davis movie right now? But it ended up being, much more than that. Chadwick is always amazing. I took a little peek at it again right before this, and it just made me sad because Chadwick and Nelson are gone. And I feel like at the heart of this movie, it was really about James Brown and Burton. Like you never see movies about Black male friendship. You know what I mean? That isn't like also steeped or wrapped around violence in some sort of way, like a lot of violence, and this is the first one I can remember in a long time where it was just like Black male friendship, like you roll with your boys, so go with somebody who got your back sort of thing. And so that was a real celebration. But it just every time they were in a scene together, I was like, these two amazing Black male actors are gone. And they're so young, you know.
So what happened to Bird?
You know,
I didn't
amazing.
know.
He had cancer too. Well, you talking
Oh,
about the guy who played him?
No,
the guy that played.
I thought it was cancer. I thought because one of his last movies was
you
the one with Columbus
mean
Short.
the actor, or you mean the actual? You mean the actor or the actual guy?
The actor.
The actor.
He had
The
cancer.
actor. No, I don't think so. I thought it was some kind of an overdose of some sort. You sure? Look that up, Tanya. I'm looking at it right now.
Because I know he played in True Blood, and I know he played. I think one of his last movies was with Columbus Short, True to the Game. I think they gave him a shout out at the very end of that movie, and I think it did say. I thought he had some type of cancer as well. He died from cancer. At that time.
Let me look it up.
I think he passed away from cancer. The next person to pass away was Charlie Murphy, and then like the following year and a half later, it was up to now Chadwick Boseman. I think those are the last three people, black actors.
Ongoing struggle with drug and alcohol abuse. Unfortunately.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought it was cancer.
Complications, alcohol withdrawal syndrome. Yeah, it was so. I knew it was unfortunately. So it was. I remember it was something that was like everybody was like, what sort of thing. Yeah.
I got to see who else it was. I thought it was cancer. I thought he had cancer.
No, I remember being just really shocked and sad, unfortunately. But people shouldn't be. The story of people shouldn't be how they left.
What
happened? She froze again.
Oh man, she was really getting
film. Oh, there it is. Okay.
They both had like a really amazing body of work, and
good actors too.
So you were
sorry, my internet is terrible. Did I freeze again?
Yeah, you back.
I'm actually also I'm working on some. My computer is rendering a bunch of like video and stuff for work in the background time.
Oh, okay.
It can't keep up.
Yeah,
gotcha.
I'm sorry.
But you were saying, I think you were making a good point when you froze the first time. You said it shouldn't be how people left. I guess is what you're saying. Remember them by? You're saying okay.
The narrative of people's lives shouldn't be like how they left here, right? Like nobody wants to dwell on that because the way you left here is the blink of an eye, and but that is what happened. So it's just part of your story. It's not your whole story, sort of thing. But they both had an amazing body of work, and I'm gonna miss both of them a lot. They were my two favorite. I don't have favorite actors now. Favorite black male actors now.
Yeah, it's a void, especially young ones,
right?
Because Chadwick was like in between. He wasn't too young, and he's not too old. He was coming into his. He was hitting his prime. He was starting to hit prime. You saw it.
But he also worked like a man who, I mean, I know the colon cancer, like I know the cancer came on kind of rather suddenly and took him really fast as cancers do. But he always seemed to work like a man who knew he was running out of time, right? Like think when you look at his body of work for how young he was, it was like boom, 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 amazing movie, and just like the quality of all of the movies were like.
He talked about that. Like I saw. You ever see that little clip where he was with like Tiffany Haddish, and I think it might have been like the what's that guy, the basketball player, LeBron James show, little barbershop show, and he was just kind of he was saying, "I'm not going to take that role. I wanted to do something better than that." Like so, he talked about being very selective in the parts he chose to play.
I mean, yeah.
Even though he was selective, he was doing a lot of work, just a lot of really good work. Yeah,
he has multiple biopics of some iconic people too. So he had James Brown, 42, Jackie Robinson, and he also did Thurgood Marshall. I still have to watch that one. I haven't watched that one. I want to see that too. Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah. So go ahead. What do you think of the movie, Jamie, as far as Fagos and things like that?
Oh, forgot about our Fagos. I mean, that's here's my thing. I'm gonna give it 4.5 Fagos. It would be 5 Fagos. It's just that I have this thing about like my suspension of disbelief. Like when I'm watching a movie, I want to be completely engrossed, forget that I'm watching a movie. And that happens. But there is just a little bit of like performance art in there that always kind of throws me off anytime I see it in the film. So, like at the end where they go back and he's a child again, and it's doing a real like performance art kind of like pushing on the kid's face, and he's like, I'm James Brown, and da-da-da. Like it turns into a monologue, and I'm like, wait, is it theater? Wait, no, we're doing like anytime I'm watching a film and something,
he looks at the camera a lot.
Yeah. I didn't even mind that, but the whole ending where it turns into like an art performance piece, threw me just a little bit. I understand what they were saying. They were like, all of these people had to do with forming, this person, and everybody, even though he had his faults, everybody was rooting for him in their own way. I get it. But for some reason, when I see performance art like that at the end of a film, because I am now in a space where I'm watching film a lot of the time for escape. And when my brain brings me back to myself, I'm like, oh, I almost finished the whole film.
So you don't like how Spike Lee ends any of his movies, do you? I better look on her face. I'm gonna say she don't.
I don't like say it again because I didn't hear.
Oh, okay.
I froze and I didn't hear the question.
Okay, so the question is, Go ahead. So you don't like the way Spike Lee ends any of his movies, do you?
God, why are you trying to get me killed out here? It's I appreciate it, but I'm when I see a Spike Lee movie, I know I'm going to see art, right? So I'm in a certain kind of space. When I have never gone to a Spike Lee movie and I said to myself, I'm going here to escape. When I go to a Spike Lee movie, like, I got to think. I'm going to think about stuff and to draw from my own experiences and see how far back he's gone in his art, But it's not, and I think that's why. Oh, don't hurt me, people. A lot of I think I've only ever gone to the movies to see one Spike Lee film, and every other Spike Lee film has been something that I have watched at home because I don't go to the movies to think.
Okay, and that's fine. I agree with that. That's why I didn't like Inception. Period. I was like, "Where am I in I didn't like Inception." We're like, "What?" I was like, "It's too much."
Are you saying the right movie? You said what again?
Inception, right?
The one with who in it?
Brad Pitt, right?
Brad Pitt was in Inception. No,
that was
hold on, don't help her. Don't help her.
It's not Inception.
Don't help her. Don't help her.
Who was it?
You said Brad Pitt was in this movie. What was the movie about?
It was about a dream. He was in the dream. He wasn't in the dream. You know what I'm talking about?
No, you got to get your movie right because you said Brad Pitt. No,
it's not Brad Pitt. Is the name of an Inception?
Ah, man, you know what? I'm not going to let you.
The spinning top at the end. Is there a spinning top at the very end?
Leo DiCaprio.
So you still don't like the movie? You said Brad Pitt. That's why maybe you
I still don't like the movie.
Yeah, okay.
It was too much.
We have nothing else to talk about.
Yeah, so that's the way people feel when I say that. Yeah, but it's too much. Like you can't escape trying to figure out all of these.
That's what makes it. That's what makes it a part of the good movie. You don't know. It's like, oh, you can have debates.
So I gotta watch it again.
No, you don't have to. If you don't like it, why would I tell you to watch it? It
was just too much. That's all. It was just too much to me. I was
compared to what's something that's what's a movie what's what's the on the other end? So, what movie do you like that a lot of people say like?
I think I like dark movies that people don't like. Like I really enjoy Requiem of a Dream. I felt like
I didn't see that.
You like? Wait.
I
You
love
like
Requiem of a Dream.
I didn't see that. I
Yes.
didn't see
Okay,
that.
what do you feel?
Because I felt like a crackhead when I was watching.
You wanted to feel like a crackhead? Wow.
I did not want to feel
She
like
wanted
a
to
crackhead.
feel like a crackhead, everybody.
I did not want to, but the fact that they were able to make me feel like a crackhead,
You felt like
it was amazing.
I gotta watch this. A movie about crackhead that was inspiring. Wow.
They
I've
were
heard of
actually
it.
heroin
I've heard-
addicts, I believe.
I've heard
and
of
then
it, but I didn't watch it.
You gotta watch it.
It's been out for a while. I know it's been out since like the early
Yeah,
2000s.
it's an oldie but goodie, but that's an example of a movie that I felt like I escaped. I went somewhere I didn't necessarily know I was going there. But when I got there, I felt all kind of ways, you know. So,
I'm sorry, but that's funny. That's
yeah.
Into the body of somebody who is suffering. I don't want to escape into the body of somebody who is suffering. When I'm
But
watching,
why
I'm
not?
watching
I feel
superheroes.
like, yeah, that's good too. But I feel like you have more compassion for people with habits after you've experienced it yourself. Like I just thought it was amazing that the editor sequence, the eye, the egg, you know, all of this, the noises, like I'm like, here we go again. I'm high.
They got a bunch of movies with that type of stuff, you know. Yeah,
So that's
I'm just messing with you, but that's
like a movie that I feel like is kind of deep, but like to me, like a horror movie, but it had a happy ending, a classic, Shawshank Redemption. You know,
is that the one with my man broke out? Is that the one when he broke out of jail?
Happy ending because he got free. Yeah,
the man been like 20 years.
And and he got violated by other men too.
I know. How is any that happy? Is just
the happy ending. I said. I didn't say it was a happy movie. It was a hard journey through the movie, but
the happy ending.
The happy ending is he got out of jail. You know,
escaped out of jail.
Yeah.
You know, when you was coming up, how the teacher would always pop in the Rudy VHS. You know, you had to watch Rudy at school, and they was always, this is a happy movie. It's about following your dreams, and you work hard to get your. He worked for 4 years for a 15-second play.
That's all he needed, though.
How was that happy? All the sacrifice.
I never got into that movie. Everybody liked that movie.
No.
He reached his goal. Like,
and they try to say that
4 years of hard work, it was worth it to him.
And they try to say that that's one of the most. That's one of the greatest.
He could have never got on the field.
And I was like, he never even played. It can't be a great sports movie, and the guy who's the actor is not even the best. He's not even one of the best players on the team. I'm like, this ain't okay. You know what? This is a certain culture's favorite movie because I'm about to say Above the Rim is a good movie to me, but you ain't gonna consider it because it's from the hood, and the dude didn't have a father, and his mom, and the boyfriend got shot. All
was forgettable though. Like a lot of stuff like is forgettable. I can't replay scenes in my head.
I'm gonna tell you this. You know what? You know why that's not forgettable? It's not because the movie.
Because Tupac was in it or something.
Part of that, but the movie had so much. It had a couple of actors that have been in movies that we love, the hood movies, and as well that doggone soundtrack is a good one too.
You ain't bumping no jams from Above the Rim.
Excuse me. Do you have my playlist? Do you have my playlist?
Which one are you playing?
They have the Dog Pound with Snoop.
How it go?
Can't think of it right now. Exactly. You better believe if I had my thing right now, you would get monetized. I showed up and be like, yeah, we're gonna play this for 30 seconds. The next song is by that Sweet Sadie song where she used that sipping on a Heineken. That was a classic.
Yeah, it was a good 90s song.
That is a hit song.
It's not in your rotation right now, Steve.
It is. It's in my. You know what? Next question. But
movie.
I'm trying to think. Y'all got me thinking. Like, what's my dark movie? I'm trying to think of a movie
Yeah,
that
you
I like.
probably some people just don't like dark movies.
No. I
Do
like
you
some dark
like-
movies. I
Do
like some
you
dark,
like any? Have
Name
you
one.
had?
Name one.
like dark movies. Let me see. Let me see. Just dark. Oh, I like that movie. I like Doubt. I like Doubt with He's dead now.
Viola
He was,
Davis.
but she was. Did she play one of the nuns or something? I don't
She's the
remember her
mama.
being. I don't. You know
No.
what? All I remember is the black boy.
She was the
I
mama.
remember.
One of the mamas.
I remember the priest, and I remember the woman that was the head nun who was who kept on looking at the priest funny, and he always had attention to the black boy. And that movie had you thinking like, I don't know, did he mess with him?
Meryl
It's a
Streep.
possibility. Yeah, it was a possibility, but you don't really see it, but you don't know. And then when he stepped down, you like, could it have happened, or did he just leave because it was just starting to be a problem? It leaves you like I feel about the movie just said, Inception. I don't know if I'm not sure if this is a dream or if this, it's just like, did he touch the boy? Did he not touch the boy? Because he left. There wasn't really proof. It was just certain things that looked weird. Then there were some things like they're trying to put something on them, and didn't know. And at the end, I think the what's her name, the nun, she was trying to figure out. She just put a rumor out there. You found out she put something out there to make it seem like he did, or kind of get him to look bad, and he left. And that low key, you got to be careful about that. When we brought that up again, T, what you said, they do that when something happens around a person. All they do is transport them. All they do is just move them to another church or whatever they call it, whatever they call it, whatever they do. All they do is move them around. Yeah, all they do is move them around, and I've actually seen that. Not where something happened, just how they do their networking. A pastor or a priest does so much time at a place, and then he moves on to another place across the nation or the world. They do that, so that's real. That's not even like because of controversy. That's just they do their time. They do like 3 or 4 years, then they move on. It's like a satellite system. They just move them on to somewhere else.
Yeah, 7-Day Adventists are like that too. But their reason is they don't want you to get attached.
Yeah,
but
that was a movie, but. They have movies like those all the time.
Yeah, I haven't seen that out.
Yeah, but it's a good movie. It actually is a good movie. It's dark, but it's like subtle. It's like it plays on like what assumptions, not the actual proof. Just it's all assumptions, and then you like what I don't know. I watched it I may have watched it twice, and I was like, I still don't know, man. I don't know if he touched that boy or not. And the boy just seemed like he liked the priest. He didn't come off as funny. They just found like a T-shirt.
I'd have to see it.
Yeah, they just found a T-shirt somewhere.
It's almost one of those. It's a slow burn movie. Like I remember, like watching it back in the day. Like having to take a couple breaks. Sort of thing.
It is slow. It's very slow, but it's subtle dark. Like it's a subtle dark movie. It's the same thing with.
Would you consider it dark, Jamie? This movie he's talking about? It sounds like it from this.
No, I don't consider any of these like a lot of these movies you guys are calling dark. Break Room for a Dream is dark. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we have to wrap this. That's my 2-year-old up there moving her mind. But
okay.
Break Room for a Dream is dark.
Right.
And I can't think of anything else that's just like, I think where I've been lately when it came to like watching dark things, it's been more like TV shows, right? Like haven't the TV shows gotten like darker and darker over time? I remember like when
Go ahead. No, I was just gonna say they're for TV, but I think we should just say more series, because a lot of stuff comes on streaming channels now. So a lot of series are dark now, because a lot of stuff doesn't come. There's stuff that comes on TV, but a lot of stuff comes on like certain channels, and they're a series. So that's all I was trying to say.
Right. Like Ozark is really dark. Back when Walking Dead was a thing, Walking Dead was really dark. Like all these things where it's like, don't get attached to characters because this life, they might not be here tomorrow, sort of thing. Yeah. So I think what all of a sudden television has taken on the space of like taking chances with darkness over films, because again, now you got to pack those seats, right? And nobody's going to take that. Nobody's going to take that chance. They're going to do the escapism. They're going to do all of the what do you call it? All of the superhero movies and stuff like that, where you're not taking a chance to, send somebody the opposite direction. So it's hard to think of a recent dark film right now, because I don't think it's happening, right?
Be like a.
What was that?
No,
she froze.
but darkness, like Stranger Things, it was dark to me. So anyway, we're gonna get back on. We're gonna review this and let you guys go because it's 50 minutes. I don't think we've had one visitor, so we're gonna wrap it on up. Like, share, subscribe, guys, when you watch this replay. But I'll just say what I think about the movie. I thought Chadwick did a good job, because at certain points I did see James Brown quite a bit. I was like, wow, he's doing a really great James Brown. And he brought different levels to the hero of James Brown, because I consider him a hero. If you inspire Michael Jackson, I got to give you something. Although he, had his flaws, and which made him a better hero, especially in that time that they were in. But yeah, I was waiting on the grits in the face. You guys ever heard of that with James Brown? One of them ladies threw hot grits in his face. I've been waiting on that. It never happened.
I never heard of that. I didn't know. I didn't know. It was
my
him.
mama, she was like, I can't think of James Brown without thinking of them grits getting thrown in his face. I was like, what?
I always thought that was Al Green or something. But he spoke about that.
Oh, so that's why.
But Al Green, I don't know if Al Green got. I didn't know Al Green got thrown. It was actually that. I thought he was singing about something happening like that, but I never heard of James Brown got hit with gas.
No, that was Al Green. So that maybe that's why I got my two 60s greats.
I was like James Brown got hit with grit. That's why his face looked like that. That makes sense now. I'm trying to put things together. But I'm like, no, that was Al Green that said something about hot grits.
Yeah. So anyway, don't listen to me. But,
I might be wrong too. He might have got hit with hot grits.
I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I felt like I couldn't watch it all the way through. I don't know if I just never. I had to take a break, so that's why I'm gonna give it 4. I thought Jill Scott did a good job in this. There was a very good supporting cast. Old dude from The Office,
Craig Robinson.
He was playing something other than a comedian. What I see him in, and very solid performance. But Chadwick did a good job, and I thought he brought a lot of life to the character of James. And even with, I've never seen Little Richard played like this before, with the flamboyancy and stuff. And I thought that was beautiful. And you can do that more so in this time, because I've seen Little Richard characters all throughout movies, and he might have been, but this time he was obviously, LGBTQ or something.
I still like Leon's better. He had the best Little Richard. Leon.
Yeah, but he wasn't a soft.
Yes, he was. Yeah, he was.
He was.
All
okay.
That. Had the little head wrap and flipping, and he had Tamala, not Tamala. No, what's her name? I can't think of the black woman. She's acting in a lot of stuff too. I played his love interest in that movie, but that's another movie. So,
but go ahead, Sticks. Tell us what you think about this, and let's wrap it on or give it your fagos.
I enjoyed, like I said, Chad. He was underrated. This is probably still when he was underrated, but he did a great job. And
I think so.
I was surprised when I actually went to see it at the theater. I was like, oh, okay, like they got my man playing it. And then when I saw him dance, and I was like, oh, that's him. He killing it right there. He got the footsteps. He making the moves. He's doing the splits and everything. I was like,
I don't think that was him. I don't think Chadwick. Them camera angles, they always.
I'm gonna say some stuff, not the splits and stuff like that, but I think some of the foot movement. I think he could move like that, but the way he got the mannerisms and the talk, trying to do the talking, it was cool. Like Jamie said, the whole them jumping around, trying to make it more than what it was. The RC, it did kind of confuse you because I was like, I know what's going on. This is a flashback memory, but it made it artsy, and I was just like, dude, that's gonna confuse the regular average audience person. So, also he played it, had iconic songs. Like you said, I never looked at him as like the hero. I looked at him as an iconic figure. He took music where it never. He took music as a black man somewhere else, and he was right. They did do things like they copied him after he came out. So he has that, and people, you see it in all the music now and how much people sample.
Yeah, great influence.
So with all that, Chadwick did his thing. Another iconic role he's done. I would give this movie, just because of those little sequences that we had, and it kind of just jumps from here to there. And I'm like, dude, I'm gonna give it 3.5 because it did kind of, when I seen it again, I was like, dang, I didn't remember it being this way. And it kind of knocked it down a little bit. Not his acting, it was whoever directed the story, because that's kind of made it kind of like, but he did a great job. So I would tell people, check this out. Chad Boseman was the man. He did a great James Brown, and the way he brought his character to life. And
I wish he could sing so that it could have been
would have been really
not them dubs, yeah.
But it was still good. It was still
can't
good.
have it all, I guess. But all right, everybody, thank you for joining us. I don't think when you join us in the future, at least 100 people go watch this, but I think we probably should have shared it out, because is a ghost town, but that's all right. It is what it is.
The weather is nice now. People out.
Yeah, the weather is.
It's still. I've seen where we shared it. They'll come. It's a Rosebud moment. They'll come.
If you build it, they will come.
Rosebud, come. All that stuff. They will come.
I met a Rosebud. She was doing a land blessing at the farm. Her name was Rosebud. Yeah.
Rosebud. That's where I'm ending it with my Rosebud.
But all right, guys. Thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, share. Oh, now look at this. Now, Sasha, we about to go, and now here you come on in. But then, hey, we got our first guest.
Have we figured out who Sasha is? We
don't know Sasha.
We appreciate you coming, Sasha. Thank you. We're going to find out who you are, but yes.
Yeah.
So we're going to shout you with all the blessings. Here you go. Thank you.
Just rain down.
Yes. Melodies from heaven on you. Like that? Yes. Right now.
Y'all leave Kurt alone. Oh, that's all right, girl. Make your money. Okay?
Yeah. Make that money.
We ain't got nothing.
Right.
But thank you so much for being our. So when we get big, we're gonna have to shout you out one of our day ones. You feel me? Sasha's day. Did I go to high school with you, Sasha? I know it's Sasha from high school. But I don't think that's her.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would say just drop down who you know. That's all. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah. Do you know any of us?
Yeah, because that'll be us. That would have to be on us to find
out.
We got a
twice.
Ouija board.
Not twice. If you know.
Oh no! But we're talking to Sasha, girl. We ain't talking to those spirits. I will not play that. Okay, I will run the other way. I just got to the point where I'm watching horror movies, and I feel like
you have us watch.
I watch Black.
I suggested, right? We go do the ones I suggested, right? We go do the horror movie after.
Oh yeah! Hey,
look at that.
I do know her. Yeah, that's right.
I'm up there looking like I wasn't in marching band. So.
Yeah, she played the snare drum. Yep, I was on the snare line. She graduated before me. Hey, girl.
There you go.
Thank you. I didn't know your alias.
I thought she was gonna keep the mystery going. I'm like, man, who is this?
Talk to Amy. I wonder what I looked at your Facebook page the other day because I saw Corey. You had took a picture with Corey. I was like, they still hang as still best buddies. So I had went to your page and saw your babies and stuff. So yeah, but thank you for joining us. So but we about to get on up out of here.
About to get on up.
Get on up.
All right, y'all. Peace. Thank you so much, Sasha, for joining us.
Bye.
Thank you.
See you next time. All right, y'all. Bye.